Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando and I know you saw the title. And yes, it is true. A tenant has subleased one of the rooms in a unit to a dog. Like, what is going on? We're gonna jump right into this story, guys. So what happened is that a good friend of mine that is also a property owner. He owns multiple units, whatnot. We sometimes meet up for lunch, and we met up for lunch, and he said, "Hey, Orlando, let's meet up for some lunch, and let's just talk about, what we can do to grow our portfolio." It's kind of like just between me and him, an accountability group, and we talk about, real estate and things and how to grow and the issues that we have with tenants and property management and things of that nature. He is not on the same board as me when it comes to property management. He likes to do everything himself, which is fine. You have to have all of those different perspectives. He said, "Orlando, I have one of my tenants in one of my units gave me a call and said there's some really unusual activity of multiple animals going into this one unit." So he decided to do some investigation work. So he ended up finding out that one of the tenant had multiple dogs living in that unit that weren't even on the lease at all. This tenant did not have any animals on the lease, and for some reason, he had 4 dogs going into his unit constantly, every single day. And he couldn't figure out what was the reason why. So he went and, confronted the tenant and said, "Hey, what's going on? You need to put all of these dogs on the lease." And the tenant, as a shocker to me, said, "Oh, I don't need to put these dogs on the lease because they're not my dogs." So my friend is like, "What? What are you talking about? They're not yours?" He was like, yeah, I run a business out of here. I live here, but I also run a business out of here. And I subleased one of the rooms, and and I run it as a dog babysitting business where I lease out those rooms and people can bring their dogs over and, their dog can stay here with me and then they come and pick them up." Excuse me, guys. It's so funny. It's like, what? Why would you think that's okay? And so my friend's telling me, saying, "Hey, Orlando, yeah, he just said," he with a straight face, like, "No, I'm running a business here, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can do this." So my friend says that he stated to him, like, "You have to stop your business. You cannot do this. You cannot sublease rooms or the apartment to dogs, especially that." So he asked, so look, this is the funny part, guys. This is the most funny part to me. So my friend then asked, "Okay, look, can you give me documentation on all of this and blah, blah, blah?" And I would have thought that the tenant would have been like, "No, I'm not giving you documentation on anything." Well, he gave him documentations. And when you look at the leases, it literally has the subleases with the tenant being the dog. It says like Goldie.
What the dog do?
It says, Bullet, like it actually has the dog's names on the lease. And he was getting $450 a week or something like that for babysitting these dogs, right? Out of the unit, which I don't know, guys. Wouldn't you think that as an owner of a dog, that it would be a little weird for someone to bring your dog to an apartment and then let your dogs go into a bedroom or someone's house and they babysit and they dog watch the dog? Like, doesn't that seem a little shady? So I went hence and we were talking. He said, "Yeah, Orlando." I went ahead and I told him that they have to stop and that, no longer can you allow this to go on. And he told him to stop. I told him, "Listen, I understand that you want to give this guy a chance, but that would have been an automatic cut. Like, there's no talking anymore. You're subleasing a unit to dogs and got 4 dogs living in there, ruining, scratching the walls. There's just no way you're staying there still." And so I told him, like, "I don't know why you gave this guy another chance. If you give him another chance, he's going to do it again. There is no way." So let me give you guys a little advice here while we stop in the middle of this story here, is that if something like that happens and a tenant has shown you their true colors, get rid of the tenant, because I can promise you it will get worse. it will get worse. The tenant is just going to figure out a way to do that thing that you told them not to do in a sneakier, more concealed way. And that's exactly what happened in this scenario. He says, Orlando, I tell him to stop. He says, okay, I won't stop. What does he do? Instead of the owners bringing the dog to him, he brings the dogs there at night. Instead of the dogs coming there in the daytime, he goes and picks up the dogs at night and then brings them into his unit. It's a dog pickup service now. So not only did this guy elevate his business for people bringing their dogs and dropping them off, but now he's a dog pickup service now, and he picks up the dogs, brings them in. I mean, you get full service with this guy. He should have been doing this in a commercial atmosphere, right? Get a commercial building and do that. But why do that with an apartment unit? I know why. Because you're paying these low $900 rent, you're living there, it's a double use type of property, and you're making $450 per dog. He couldn't pass up that type of money, guys. He couldn't pass up that type of money. So now my friend is now going through the eviction process, trying to get this guy out. And it's going to be a long haul. It's going to be a long haul. Now, if he would have tried to get him out earlier, it would have been a better chance of trying to get the guy out. But now that the guy knows that he knows about both occasions, his neighbor still told on him on both occasions, the first and second time, now he's going through the eviction process, and now it's going to be months. The reason why I told you guys this story is, guys, this is a teachable moment that when you get into your rentals and tenants start showing these type of issues or behaviors and they're doing something this egregious, get them out. Get them out. Try your very best to get them out. Because if you try to give them multiple chances, when it's something this bad, guys, it's good. Dogs are going to destroy. He's running a business out of your unit. If you don't do it, he's going to ruin your property even more. And then now you're going to have to pay money to get him evicted. He's going to still run his dog business up until he gets evicted. That's what's going to happen. The guy's going to cash out. And guys, guess what? He stopped paying rent once he realized he was going to get evicted. So if something new happens in this story, other than the guy just getting evicted, I will update you guys on this story. But I thought it was a hilarious story to tell you guys because I've never heard of a tenant subleasing the unit to dogs. Like, that was funny, and I had to cover it. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this content. I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. It will help you get into real estate, your first rental property, and learn how not to get into issues like this, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.